All right, cats. Happy Christmas. Nearly, innit? A few days to go. Right then. 63 councils in the UK. 63 councils that are supposed to have local elections next May. And him that's in charge, I'm not going to say his name because he makes me puke, but him that's in charge has decided that now these councils don't have to have their council elections in next May. Why is that then? Why do we think that is? Because they know they're going to lose, they're going to get slaughtered. Now, this is not just Labour councils, this is Conservative councils as well. So earlier this year, they cancelled some council elections in the UK, only half a dozen or so. And they cancelled them and they delayed them till next year. And then they had what they call the mayoral elections. So you vote for your mayor, and they cancelled them till next year. So now we've got all these elections next year, 63 different councils, covers about 10 million people, and now they've cancelled them. Hang on a second here now. Labour need to understand something, I think. That in 2016, we had a vote to leave the EU, didn't we? Like it or not like it, that's not my point. I really don't give a shit whether you like it or you don't like it, really. Not bothered. But we had a vote to leave the EU. In the first democracy on the planet Earth, we had a vote. And it took them 3 years and a serious amount of and ahhing till eventually Boris said, yeah, okay, we're actually going to follow through with this leaving the EU thing, this Brexit thing. We're going to follow through with it. We're going to do it. 3 years it took them. So eventually it started to happen in 2019. It never really fully happened, ever. But it started to happen in 2019. That was why, after 20 odd years, 25 years, let's say, I swapped from voting from Labour to Conservative for that one reason. Not because I wanted to leave the EU, but because the world had voted, or rather, the UK had voted, and we decided en masse, in the biggest vote that turnout that there'd ever been, that we wanted to leave the EU. And then Labour wouldn't answer the question when asked directly, are you going to implement this if you get in power? Will you implement this? No response. No definitive answer. So we have a vote and they didn't follow through on it. Now, at that point, I was upset. I wasn't happy. And I thought, wow, this is the thin end of the wedge, as they say. If we're having massive votes like that and these pricks are thinking, oh, should we or shouldn't we? There is no should we or shouldn't we. We had a vote. We made a decision. Your job is to just carry it out. That's your job. That's why you're put there. You're not put there to decide whether I've made the right decision or not. That's not your job. Your job is to do what you're told to do. You gave us the vote. We made a decision. You didn't want to carry it out. That's what happened. So now we'll move on from 2019 to now, 2025, nearly, sort of catching the end of it. Right, last few days of 2025, and so far, they've cancelled half a dozen local elections and moved them, and they've cancelled mayoral elections and moved them, and now there's 63 council elections next year, and they're moving them. Right, this is all Labour. Labour. So you, 250, 300,000 people that are Labour followers, I understand the dedication, sort of. I understand the dedication, but the blind leading the blind is not the answer. Our concern as the people of the UK has got to be the freedom to vote. It's got to be the freedom to vote, not the colour of the tie. Forget the tie. No one cares about the tie. Because at the end of the day, you've got Labour doing Conservative things and Conservatives doing Labour things because they'll do anything, change their minds in any direction they possibly can in order to get in charge and start lining their pockets, writing books and going to the Lords. We can't have this. We can't have this. This is not right. This is the UK. This is democracy. This is voting world. You carry out what I tell you to do. That's the deal. That is the deal. There is no king anymore. And you can't pretend to be one. You can't take the power. All you're doing is grabbing power. It's a power grab. It's ridiculous. After you grab all my money through taxes, you then grab the power. Nah, this can't go on, peeps. It can't go on. I'm not 100% sure about reform. No, I'm not now. Because without competition, what are reform going to do? They'll probably just turn into what the Conservatives did and what Labour's doing now. There needs to be opposition, people. We need another party. We need reform, yeah, great. But we need another party. Or at least one that stands for something. Not one that moves the goalposts. These arseholes move the goalposts. And then, like has happened in the USA, where in the USA, no one ever attacked the politicians, as in chasing them to jail them once they left their office. Once they left office, it was just the done thing. You don't chase politicians to jail them once they leave office. That's it. You leave them alone. But then Biden started to do that. He did everything he could to hunt down Trump and all of his shower. Great, okay, seemed brilliant at the time, didn't it? It was really funny. Ha 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 ha. It's not funny now, is it? Because now the boot's on the other foot and Trump's doing the same thing to them. Like this Letitia, whatever her name is, from New York, he's hunting her down. Ilhan Omar, he's hunting her down. All these ones that tried to hang him, well, now the boot's on the other foot. So what do you think's going to happen here? We're all moving the goalposts now, or rather Labour is, moving the goalposts with the voting system, with democracy, and just changing when you can have a vote and telling you when you can and when you can't. What the fuck? What's that about, man? What do you think's going to happen? Because one day, in the not too distant future, Labour won't be in charge. I don't know who will. It might be Reform. It might be Lord Such and the monster raving loony party. It might be the Greens. Oh, for fuck's sake, save us. That knobhead from the Green Party, him, and his hypnosis to increase the size of women's breasts. I joke you not. And this arsehole's now standing at the front of a political party. For fuck's sake. Come on. We need a choice. We need a choice. How about the Christmas tree party? Eh? Anything. We need anything, but we need a choice. This pendulum's going to swing, kids. I always go on about me pendulum, don't I? Goes from the... That sounded rude, didn't it? Goes from the left, goes to the right. And at the moment, it's screaming hard left. It's going to come back to the right. And when it does, hold on to your kecks, man. We do need mediocrity. You know what I do? We do. We absolutely need mediocrity. Right down the centre. Bob average. Stop with the extremes. Bob average, and let's get the place straightened out. And we'll start with, when you tell us we're getting a vote, can we have a vote? Because, well, I'm asking. Why am I asking? I'm fucking telling you. We need a vote. Don't take votes off 10 million people and just say, oh, well, and then come up with some dog shit excuse as to why it's happening. Pure excuses and nothing more. Not good enough. Way, way short of good enough. Starmer, Reeves, Lammy, all should go. Useless. About as much use as tits on a bull. Absolutely useless. We need people. Don't take democracy away. Don't make the place crash and burn. You think the likes of Tommy Robinson or Stephen Lennon, whatever you want to call him really, do you think he's going to go away while you're doing shit like this? Of course he's not. More and more and more and more normal people, like me, I'm normal, believe it or not, will start to look at Stephen and think, you know what, this lad's got a point here. He's got a point. It's crazy. Everything's crazy. World's upside down. And you can't start by taking democratic votes away from people. Nah, not in the UK. Not in the UK. It'll end up like the EU and the farmers. And that big riot that went on in Brussels the other day from the farmers that wasn't shown on our national TV, by the way, people. They never showed it. No, they didn't know. It's absolute fucking chaos there. Wow. Anyway, manipulation. Long may the manipulation live. That wasn't right, was it? Never mind. That's what you're getting anyway. Anyway, democracy, 63 councils, they're robbing it from us. I say, in my highly technical terms, fuck them. Can't happen. Laters. Create, stay sane, baby.